We don't want to get to where we're knocking a horse out because of where their stomach is and everything is. You get to a lot of issues. So you do a lot of things standing in a horse where you sedate them and you use some lidocaine, and it's in the interest of the horse. So if we can do this standing, that's the way we're going to do it.
You're going to feel a little pinch, buddy.
I loved that clip, especially as we were able to get a sneak peek season 6 of Dr. Jeff, Rocky Mountain vet. Dr. Jeff Young joins us now. How are you today? Welcome to the Blend.
You're doing great, Natalie.
Well, I'm excited to chat with you here, season 6. And let's first talk about your journey a little bit. Obviously, your passion is animals, and you've created such a unique practice that I can't wait to talk to you about. But now here you are in season 6 of a very popular show and nationally ran. Did you ever think you'd be a TV star too?
I don't consider myself a TV star. I just play a veterinarian on TV. But yeah, no, who would have predicted? You know, I've worked internationally. I've been in over 36 countries. I lecture, I teach surgery. I've been to a lot of vet schools around the world. So I was always kind of outgoing that way. And my big passion has been spay, neuter, and overpopulation. But when the TV show kind of came along, we've been all kinds of different directions since then. And it's been a real hoot. Been a lot of fun.
I like that. It's been a hoot. Let's, talk about the practice itself, though. I think this is fascinating that you had the decision. You wanted to set up a low-cost, high-volume veterinary practice. Why did you decide to make your practice with that focus? It's a little different than what you normally see when it comes to vets.
Well, I mean, we were basically for-profit for a long, long time. The last year or 2 years, we've been 100% nonprofit, and that's helped out a lot. But having said that, I've always been able to just, doing high volume, especially when you're doing primarily spay, neuter, simple surgeries. I got pretty good at it, and you can make decent money. But in the end, overpopulation was the big single issue in America back in the 80s and 90s. It's less of a problem. It's still a problem, but less of a problem. Now it's economic euthanasia, where people just can't afford having a broken leg fixed or an exploratory done. So our practice has really been geared more and more towards those kind of issues. I just hate to see an animal put to sleep because people can't afford a certain surgery. And, in the vet profession's mantra has been, well, if they can't afford it, they shouldn't have it. But, I can say that about a lot of people with kids too, but they do, and everyone does. And those animals do a lot for those people. So my goal is to get as many back into those homes to the people that love them as possible, no matter what it costs me, and you try to make the money where you can, and you lose money other places. It is what it is.
Oh, I love hearing you say that, people not being able to afford care, and you're providing that, talking about your passion for being able to help the overpopulation issue. In this season, that's taken you on some travels that we're going to get to see, right? You're heading down and helping some animals in Panama?
Yeah, I've worked with Spay Panama for years, and I've been down there several times, but we get to go back to one of the reservations down there, and a small island that had a little bit of a population issue with dogs and cats. And we almost spayed neutered almost everything on the island. There are a few things that weren't fixed because there's always people that, don't want their animals fixed. But in the end, those animals were tied up and not running loose. So we made a real difference. And just to see how some people live, and to see the beauty of the water and the beauty of the jungle, it was an amazing trip. It was really a lot of fun, and just it was very rewarding. Things like that just make you feel really good about life in general.
Well, watching your show makes me feel really good. I say I had a Labrador who I say was the love of my life. I lost 3 years ago. My husband knows that the lab was the love of my life. I have heard that you like labs too, but there is something so special about a love that you have for a pet, and to be able to witness that. We kind of saw all the hugs. It does go hand in hand, and it's got to be heartwarming as much as you have days too that are difficult.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. 76% of Americans consider their dog part of their family, and I mean, that's a pretty good ratio. And in the end, I just know animals give people a reason to live. That especially older individuals by themselves, who I've seen tragedies. I've seen where an animal died, and the person basically killed themselves within 24 hours because they had nothing to live for. And that's a real story that happened over on Tennyson Street when I was over there. So the animals can make a real difference. So we know physiologically they make a difference, emotionally they make a difference, and it's something that we need to take serious and do a lot more for. Because once again, if you can't afford it and you have to give your animal up because you can't afford something, you have to put them to sleep. Think about that. How gut wrenching that must be. A single mom with a child, they have a $10,000 bone surgery, and they say, well, I can't do that, so I have to put my animal to sleep. How do you explain that to the kid?
Oof, you're making my heart hurt. But there's so many good stories. Of course, you help so many animals, and just the episodes I've been able to see, you see the outcome, the whole procedure. But I'm going to ask my most difficult question for last. You treat so many animals. You talked about the love of labs you have, but you treat everything. Do you have a moment that stands out this season that you want to tell viewers to make sure and circle on their calendars, if you will?
Well, honestly, it's the spaying of a jaguar in Mexico. And once again, jaguars are kind of the sumo wrestlers of the cat kingdom. They're amazing creatures, and just to be around something like that would be cool enough. But then actually get to dart it and to spay it, that was amazing. It was just really, really neat thing to do.
Oh, well, again, I know you're going to have so many stories each and every week. Saturdays on Animal Planet, of course, you too can watch season 6, Dr. Jeff, Rocky Mountain Vet. Thanks for being with us. It was really nice to talk to you today.
Thank you very much, Natalie.
Take care and keep up the good work too.